Yeah, McKenzie's a talent, man. I think, you know, she's a multiple-time world champion in the sport of jiu-jitsu. And I think the biggest question that I have for her, how is it that she can transition into mixed martial arts and still have the same principles that she used in jiu-jitsu? So today, it's just, a lot of what McKenzie just needs is just a good tactical game plan and just positions on technique.
So, McKenzie Dern, Jessica Andrade. Guys, I feel like this fight is being extremely overlooked. I mean, these are two girls who have been in the UFC now for, you almost kind of want to call them veterans. A win by McKenzie Dern. She beats Jessica Andrade. Will she get that next title shot? And there's one thing that we have to understand too is a strong base like McKenzie Dern, a strong base. The reason why I tell you this, I think of myself and Demetrius Johnson. Again, I got to make these examples, guys, according to my experiences. I can't talk to anybody but myself. Me and Demetrius Johnson was a lot more well-rounded than myself at that time. But I had a base, and it was called wrestling. A solid base, as well-rounded as this area could be, could give it problems and could even beat it easily. You know, because the strength is that powerful that it could overwhelm the overall mixture of mixed martial arts, because they can take it to that one B side because they're so good at that A side that your opponent has. I think a girl like McKenzie Dern, let's say she wins this fight with Jessica Andrade, she's the biggest matchup for a girl like Zhang Weili. You know, why? I go back to that base. Now, will she beat Zhang Weili is a different story. But then again, she's also going up against Jessica Andrade.
Where I kind of tend to be, right? Fighting is a dance. Fighting is a dance, and I have to be able to dance with my opponent in order for me to have the opportunity to either kick, strike, or look for the takedowns. It's a dance. Fighting is a fucking dance. I gotta dance with you.
Jessica Andrade has power. She's what you call the mini Tyson. She gets into that body. She knows how to move. Like, that's her gift. Her gift is being an inside fighter and taking risks. And she's been really, really good at it. But at times when the lights are bright and you feel like she's gonna upset people, it's almost like I wouldn't bet the house on it. You know, we saw it with Valentina Shevchenko. We saw it with her last loss. Who was her last loss? I forget. I think we saw kind of like the same pattern. And you know, is she meant for those big tests? You know, is Madison Square Garden against McKenzie Dern that big test for her? But I think that being said, McKenzie Dern beats Jessica Andrade. She's the next person in line to fight for that title. What you got for me, Joe?
You trained with her recently. What do you think her strengths are, and what do you think she needs to look out for?
Yeah, I trained with her. She's good, man. She is a gift.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. Every time I think I want you to go back a little bit. Yeah, that's gonna be a real realistic. It's gonna be a very realistic film.
I just think there's a lot of things that she could tie up, and it's so small, but it's so big. You know, the movement, number one, she'll do like extra moves, and then once they get ready to go, they'll set and then they'll go. I think staying composed the whole damn time and really finding her timing or whatnot could make her so much more problematic with their base alone. But that's where I judge, and that's where I tend to judge everything according to your base, according to your biomechanic, because your speed will tell you how well connected you're going to be to your stance, the active, you know, back foot bent, you know, nice and composed, but also in a position where you're relaxed, but you could also strike at any minute with lethal force. So McKenzie Dern is able to do that with the base that she has, taking people down and mixing it with her fighting. she will reach that next level.
I'm falling with everything. I'm falling with my hand. Your blood? Be my grip. Fatter the butt or whatever, the bigger it is, the easier it is to grip. Like that, so at this point, you're starting to understand the mechanics. See what you can slow down, add, like you critique yourself. If I see anything, I will tell you.
But as of right now, this fight between Jessica Andrade is still up in the air.
And assuming that she does win and she does get the title fight, you've trained with both Weili and her. How do you see that fight going?
Yeah. So I'm close. Obviously, I'm a lot closer to Zhang Weili, but Zhang Weili also hasn't been here in a minute. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like, you know, you're loyal to anybody's dream, dude. Like, you know, and as you should. It's not, you know what I'm saying? Especially if they haven't been here for X amount of years, I guess you would call it. You know, it changes the game a little bit. But I think Weili did a really good job of taking what she took from Fight Ready, and particularly, you know, I'll pat myself in the back for this one, is her stats, her distance recognition, you know. And you watch her now, she's just different. She's just different. At times she was just like going in there freaking fighting, but if you look at her fight with Joanna Jędrzejczyk, they even called me and thanked me too. Her manager, they're really good people, by the way. Was against Joanna. Look at her different distance recognition of everything that happened in that fight, and then the ones prior where she would just come out and fight, boom, boom, hit, knock, you know, hit, you know, but also take hits. But if you watch it, when you start becoming more technical, you start to become more of that, just more of a technical savage, and I think that's where Zhang Weili is now. But this is why I think that a base could be super problematic for somebody that's well-rounded, even like Zhang Weili. So again, if McKenzie Dern is able to win, according to her gives, her overwhelming power, she could be the next person to fight for that title. And who knows, guys, her probabilities go up because of that strong base.
And is there a lot like 1, 2, and 3, you know, that, but more that's on the cage, you know?
Yeah.
Not so much.
Yeah. You'll get with Santino for the time that you're gonna be here. He's a wizard on the cage. I've learned a lot of my cage stuff from him. But like the inside trip stuff, like that's where I can help you, because people are gonna run. They're gonna do this.
Yeah. But I fight Jessica Andrade now. You know, it would just keep going forward like that.
The tactics will change with him.
Yeah.
I can help you with that.
Yeah.
We will
In
come.
Madison Square Garden. That's a big ring, you know?
No, es que ese dos pobres,
Yeah.